Hi, I'm Michael Kokenauer, President and CEO of IT Synergy, and also a certified ethical hacker. Welcome to week 2 of our 8-week Super Cyber U competition. This week, I'm going to teach you some tricks for making secure passwords that you can also remember. So let's start out by talking about what makes a secure password. Here are some basic criteria. Number 1, the password should be 12 characters or more long. Number 2, the password should not contain anything associated with you, kid or pet names, birth dates, etc. Number 3, the password should have words that can't be found in a dictionary. And number 4, the password should contain uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Most of these things you've probably heard before, and that leads you to think that a secure password is something like this, which I regularly generate off of securepasswordgenerator.com. While that is a secure password, imagine if you had 5 passwords like that for 5 different sites. Could you remember them all? Doubtful. So instead, here are some tips for creating a password that meet all the criteria I gave, but are easy to remember and type. And for the record, if you participated in week 1 of our competition and followed our advice, you don't have to remember or type passwords anyway. Number 1, think of it as a passphrase instead of a password. Number 2, use slang language or abbreviations instead of proper words. Number 3, use punctuation between words. And number 4, use famous names, places, etc. as part of your passwords. Let's look at some examples. The address of my childhood home was 4545 North 32nd Place. That meets all the criteria I gave earlier, except that it is associated with me. So what if instead I just substituted the street where my office is now in place of the original street name? That would make it 4545 North 16th Street. That now meets all the criteria, makes it easy to remember, and is a great password. Let's take another example. This one is for Star Wars fans. Vader is dad and Luke has one sister. Again, meets all the criteria and easy to remember. Finally, one of my favorite examples is to use the sports world. David Johnson wears number 31 for the Arizona Cardinals and plays at running back. So azcards-run number 31 run makes a great and easy to remember password. Feeling better about creating secure passwords? Great. Let's move on to this week's challenge. I want you to pick the 5 password protected websites you use the most or that have the most important information. One should be your bank and one should be your email provider. Then pick 3 more: Amazon, PayPal, credit cards, investment accounts, etc. I want you to change the password for each of those 5 sites to something different and secure for each one. I then want you to store those passwords in the password management system you set up last week. Finally, I want you to put a reminder in your calendar to change all 5 again at some point during the next 12 months. Once you're done, click the link in the email you received with this week's video and submit what you did. Tell me the 5 sites you chose and where you're storing those 5 passwords. Good luck and see you next week.